Right, I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's not Halloween. I still want a horror movie. I want scary movies. I want to watch something that makes me feel scared. I want to watch a spooky movie because I don't give a shit if it's not Halloween. It's fucking February. I know it's February. There's no fucking Easter movies. There's no like New Year movies. I don't give a shit. I want to watch a good Halloween movie. I want to watch a cult classic Halloween movie, and that's what we're doing today because we're doing movies all year round. Spooky movies all year round, because fuck that. Like, horror movies are for any time of the year. To be fair, quite a few horror movies actually do come out towards the start of the year. Don't know why. You would expect them to come out in October, but they don't, because that is when they're released at home, DVD streaming, so you can stream them at home. So it's a pretty good marketing strategy, not gonna lie. But without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So Trick or Treat is a 2007 horror comedy, which is 1 hour and 40 minutes. I wouldn't really call it horror, I would call it thriller or slasher, because the jump scares were shit, the horror here was also quite shit, and it wasn't funny. I didn't find many jokes in this funny, so I wouldn't really call it a comedy either. It has a 6.7 out of 10 IMDb and an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can watch this on Amazon Prime and also Google Play. A terrifying Halloween night brings a myriad of troubles, interpreting in the lives of 5 people as they face various challenges. So, how the story actually goes is a little scuffed because the timeline doesn't really fit that well because it's all happening on one night. So, how the story goes, I'm trying to make it as streamlined as possible here, is a principal kills a kid because he doesn't like a kid because he's a little shit, so he kills him and sort of helps his son carve up his body, and in doing that he's burying the body in the back garden, and his next door neighbor's screaming for help, but he tells him no. And we'll come back to that later. So the principal then leaves, and kids ask him if they can take pumpkins, and the principal says yes. So the principal then goes off to his date, and his date, he actually kills someone in the alley by biting their neck, pretending to be a vampire. So he kills multiple more people outside, like in broad daylight, no one gives a shit. And he ends up stalking this girl whose sisters went to a Halloween party, and they were like, hey, you should come with us, get a date, it's this easy. And they all pick up a date literally just off the street like that, because, you know, they're hot and that's their goal. And she's like, yeah, fine. She then gets with the teacher, the principal, who tries to kill her, but then she tries to kill him, and it turns out that they're all werewolves, and they all eat their boyfriends that they lured to this place. And that's where their story ends. Going back to the kids, which they took pumpkins, they then take the pumpkins to a quarry where a bus driver drove a bus with 10 kids into the quarry, but the bus driver escaped, the 10 kids didn't. So they took 10 pumpkins there to light them and be like a gift to the spirits, but the witch girl was with them and they were pranking her to try and scare the shit out of her, and she didn't appreciate that. She fucked off when it turned out these kids were actually zombies and they were actually coming to get them, so she just let all 4 of them die. She saw Sam, she waved at him, she went home, she lived her best life. And then Sam went to go kill a couple of people. Like, Sam killed a woman for turning out her pumpkin lights. Sam killed, or tried to kill a guy, but decided to leave with a chocolate bar instead. And the guy that he tried to kill was the bus driver, and all 10 of the kids came and killed him at the end of the movie. And that's the movie. I'm gonna be honest, there is a lot going on, a lot of story points, and they all overlap slightly. So when you're watching them at different points, you're like, oh shit, this is why they were doing that, this is why this happened. So it's all built quite nicely to have a pretty decent flow, but also still quite choppy, because it's like, oh, why are they doing that? Oh, that's why they're doing that. Like when you watch it 20 minutes later. Again, it's not a long movie, but it's very scuffed, and I would have preferred a more streamlined story, but again, I don't know how they would have made it streamlined. I struggled with sort of explaining it, because you need to watch certain parts before you can watch others, but those parts happen before something else happens. It's a very scuffed story, not gonna lie, and I did try my best to make it streamlined, but there is 4 groups of people going on and doing different things that you need to sort of be aware of when watching this movie. And anytime Sam was on screen, Sam is a little dude with a little pumpkin mask. I don't care if he was a psycho killer, as long as he keeps that little mask on. I thought he was adorable. I thought he was the sweetest little thing. And just seeing him in the background and like being happy and enjoying Halloween, I actually liked that. I don't know what Sam is. I think he's a pumpkin demon, a pumpkin god, a Halloween spirit, Halloween, I don't fucking know, but he's adorable. I just wanted to give him a hug, not gonna lie, he was adorable. Give him a little pat on the head. He's just a little guy. He's just a little dude, and I thought he was adorable. I know he's a psycho killer. I know he killed like 3 people in this, but I thought he was adorable. I thought he was really cute. And as long as he, like I said, as long as he keeps his fucking mask on. When he took the mask off, he was fucking ugly as fuck, and I was not expecting that to be his face. I was not expecting him to look like that. That was fucking ugly as shit. But I do believe it was a shriveled pumpkin head, because when he got shot, like, pumpkin guts came out. So I do believe he is a pumpkin demon of some kind. And the threat wasn't really there for this movie. They didn't really build up much threat. Again, Sam looked fucking adorable, so there was no scare there. What did catch me off guard was the girls. The all-girls wolf party. Whatever the fuck that was, that caught me off guard. That was good. I liked that. That was a good shock. That was a good twist event. I really, really liked that, because that was something that I wasn't expecting and caught me by surprise. So that was done really well, and it's not something you really could have suspected, because it wasn't something that they ever sort of showed or alluded to. But once you see it and you sort of watch back all their scenes, it makes sense, and what they're saying and how they're phrasing stuff again starts to make sense. They're sort of, hearing it first time, you're like, oh, they're on about sex, they're on about fucking, and they're on about like getting a boyfriend. But then when you watch it back, you're like, oh shit, no, they're on about their first hunt, they're on about their first kill, they're on about their first meal, their first sort of prey. And I think that's so fucking ingenious, because it twists your expectations. And again, using girls like horror movie tropes normally do, they over-sexualize the girls, or just have a sex scene in there just to sort of try and pique attention. I don't know why they actually do it, but every horror movie normally has like a sex scene in it, which I'm not a huge fan of, not gonna lie. So that's what I thought they were alluding to here, and again, it subverts expectations. It sets something up and then gives you a completely fucking 180 shift, and I liked that. I really liked that. Also, the vampire being the principal was also another shock, not gonna lie. I didn't expect it to be him. I genuinely expected it to be a vampiric character, another demon going around like Sam. So, again, twisting expectations. That entire storyline caught me the fuck off guard. And as well with the kids doing the fake sort of monster thing, it gives you that false sense of safety, that false sense of pranking, and sort of the obviously Halloween mischief, which turned real, again, which is something you didn't expect, but it gave you that twist. I genuinely thought the witch girl would have saved the boy who actually cared for her and actually treated her nicely. I didn't think she would damn him, not gonna lie. I felt that was quite rude of the witch girl, to damn the guy that was like helping her and caring for her. Not gonna lie, I don't know why they didn't just hold the bars and go up as well. I would have done that. I would have held the bars. I would have held the bars of that elevator because that is the only way you will survive. That would have like done wonders for you. I don't know why they were killing them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the kids that died in the quarry had against those 4 to kill them, but it was a very impactful scene. It was very well done and well set up. There was loads of plot points here which actually bore fruit. There was a load of seeds and like plants being sort of buried, trickled in, and they were being grown throughout this movie, and it bore fruit. Some of the setups got paid off as well, which is really good, and the movie actually came full circle with the story, which I quite like. Everyone got their justice, everyone got their ending, everyone got their sort of, I don't know how to put it, their just desserts, just dues, and I thought that was great. Story comes full circle, and that's always a good sign of a good story. But I don't know. It had its moments, but the acting wasn't the best. It had the actor of Rogue from the X-Men movies, which I knew I saw her before, but I just didn't know where. Like her face and her voice seemed very familiar, and I finally know why. But I don't know. It just didn't seem all that exciting. I heard good things. I heard it was a cult classic, so I expected good things, and I think I set my expectations too high. That this movie kind of felt like a letdown, kind of felt like a disappointment, because I had my expectations at like a 10, because again, everyone called it a cult classic, everyone loves Sam, there is a load of like Sam memorabilia. I even have a Lego figure of Sam because I thought it was cute. But yeah, it's nothing more than a 6 out of 10.